Interestingly enough, so this book I've got coming out is all about, it's designed for accredited investors to teach them how to find people to invest with. And I think it'd be good for deal sponsors, especially people who are starting out who want to become syndicators, to read from the standpoint of, this is what investors should be asking you, but this is oftentimes what they're not asking you. So most of the time, like I like to say, I have, well, they're all accredited investors, but there are smart investors and not so smart investors. We have both in our deals for sure. The ones that I've found that are more intelligent outside of what they're investing in with us, because I ask them, what other things are you looking at? What other things are you doing? I mean, I'm always asking questions. That's the only way I learn, is by doing. So what I found is that the smarter investors will ask more questions about me as a person, about how I structure deals, what my philosophy is, where I come from, background, why I do what I do, and where my motivation lies in this process. What can go wrong? What's the downside? These are the questions they will ask. I wouldn't say not smart investors, but I think sometimes some of the investors who are very smart people, but they're not as savvy in this arena, will spend a lot more time on the deal itself. And what I like to tell people is, I don't care how good your deal is. You're going to run into things. You're going to run into unforeseen things. You're going to run into problems. It's going to be a pain. How are you going to see this through? What's your experience? What's the glue that's going to keep you attached to the deal? The person running the deal is far more important than the deal itself. That's what I tell people, hands down. So as a up and coming syndicator, I would have some language ready to gear people. So if you start getting questions and you get people focused on the deal itself, answer those questions for sure, because you should know that deal inside and out, and that should be easy. But also try and level shift the conversation back to, Mr. or Mrs. Investor, you've got a lot of great questions about the deal itself. I can tell you, the deal itself is important, and we don't set out to do bad deals, but there are going to be so many things we run into throughout this process. The questions you should be answering, whether you're considering investing with me or anyone else for that matter, is about the person themselves. And I would kind of try and shift that conversation back to that, just from the standpoint of, you could get bogged down and spend hours and hours talking about the deal. And one deal, it could take you 10 hours to explain to somebody all the ins and outs and differences and everything else. So at the end of the day, what happens is that investor is placing their trust in you, and they're investing in you. And so, and that's how I think most of my investors look at it. And we, like I said, we don't get calls. I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of investors now, and they don't call. We send them updates every month. Some projects only require once a quarter, but we push enough information out that, they don't really call us much. And they just kind of say, well, hey, John's made us money before, and he'll make us money again, and he's doing everything, and here's the update, that kind of thing.